Before I start this lesson, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Racha HaKodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that rule well, and peace and blessings be multiplied on all you brethren preaching this word in all sincerity and truth. To the few Akwaf that listen and subscribing to this truth, Shalom. It's Brother Damar Gabari from GMS Los Angeles with another lesson. Lord willing to edify and give you warning from Yahweh by Yahweh Shai. And as you can see on the screen, there's a video from Dabu 7 titled "Nuclear Attack Will Most Likely Target One of These 6 U.S. cities, and None Are Prepared." Which, as we know, the nuclear attack on America, or Babylon the Great, as the Bible refers to it, is it's inevitable. All right. And it's going to be more than just 6 U.S. cities that's going to be destroyed. The whole of America, as Bible prophecy tells us, will be destroyed, And it's been a lot of talks about this in the news and around the world, because we're just living in these times to where the great judgment upon Idumea, Esau, Edom, America, Babylon the Great, is nigh at hand. All right. And there's no reversing it. There's nothing that's going to stop it, because it's all the will of the Lord. All right. This is the great judgment and the great fire that's going to burn that whore, as spoken of in the book of Revelations, which is America, Babylon the Great, and each day that goes by, each situation that happens around the world is inching us one day closer to this great fiery judgment of the Lord upon this place. So I'm gonna play a little bit of this video. I got a couple of precepts just to show you that this whole city, this whole land known as America, which is Babylon the Great, in the Holy Scriptures, it's also referred to as Sodom and Gomorrah, spiritually, Sodom and Egypt, will be destroyed. So I'm going to play a little bit of this video, drop a couple of precepts, Lord willing, you'll be edified.
Evan, I wanted to make you aware of this new alert that's been put out by this public health expert out of Columbia University. He specializes in disaster preparedness, and when he looks at what's going on with our country, and our country being ready for, say, a nuke attack, he doesn't think that we're in a good position at all. Out of all the cities, though, there is a handful that tops the list, and of those cities, the top 6 being New York City, which has been telegraphed to be destroyed in almost every movie you've ever seen, from Independence Day to the State Puft Marshmallow Man. Chicago on the list, right behind that. Then Houston, Los Angeles, San Francisco, so Cali having 2 places. And then Washington, D.C. And as I've said before, D.C. would be perfect for certain individuals to basically have their Building 7 moment. Because if D.C. was to get hit in the right way, it would wipe away all and any evidence of anything that has gone down in there. This guy goes on to say that in terms of FEMA has 15 disaster scenarios. That's it. Out of everything that they do.
You see, which those 15 disaster scenarios are going to amount to absolutely nothing. All right. Because when this place is ultimately judged in its whole entirety, there's going to be nothing left here. So there's no need for no FEMA preparedness, or no rising from the ashes, or no building back better, or fixing the devastation and the judgment that's going to be done into this place. There's never going to be no bouncing back. This place is going to be destroyed, and it's never going to rise again. All right. So that's enough of that. Just want to get these couple of precepts, man, just showing you that, this preparedness and them thinking that only these 6 cities are going to be destroyed is nonsense, man. The whole land is going to be literally obliterated. All right. This is Jeremiah chapter 34, verse 4. And it says, all the host of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll. You see? And that's that mushroom cloud, as you see in this depiction. That's how the heavens is going to be rolled together as a scroll. And as you see this video of this mushroom cloud, it looks like a scroll, but it's going to be over the whole of the United States of America, aka Babylon the Great, man. It says, and all their hosts shall fall down as the leaf falleth off from the vine, and as a falling fig from the fig tree, which is symbolic of this place is going to be totally, ultimately destroyed, utterly. It says, for my sword shall be bathed in heaven, which are these nuclear missiles. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea, which is the Greek way of saying Esau, Edom. All right. which this is symbolic to the whole of America, because this is Esau's rulership. America is basically in the hands and the control and under the vibration of the Edomites, Esau, Edom. And upon the people of my curse to judgment. The sword of Yahweh is filled with blood. It is made fat with fatness, and with the blood of lambs and goats, with the fat of kidneys of rams. For Yahweh hath a sacrifice in Basra, and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea, which is dealing with America today. It's not dealing with the ancient Basra or the ancient times that the Edomites held that land, because, it's not recorded in the scriptures of this great slaughter and this great destruction upon Esau. This is for these last days. This is for that great judgment. This is what these missiles were created for, was ultimately to destroy the whole of America and the power structure of Esau, which America is the hammer. You have NATO and the EU, which is all part of the beast, which is all a part of this modern day Roman Empire. But its strength and its power and its influence all comes from America. All right. So this place is being set up for a great sacrifice, man. It says, and the unicorn shall come down with them, and the bullocks with the bulls, and their land shall be soaked with blood, and their dust made fat with fatness. For it is the day of Yahweh's vengeance, and the year of recompenses for the controversies of Zion. You see? So this is why the whole of America has to be obliterated in the way that it has to be obliterated, man, because it's going to be the day of vengeance. It's going to be ultimately the payback for all that the 12 tribes of Israel had to have suffered under the oppression, rulership, rape, robbery, and murder, and wrongdoing and blasphemy that we suffer from the Edomites here in Babylon the Great, which is America. The slavery, the rape, the robbery, the stealing of our nationality, being put on the bottom, constantly being oppressed, slandered, spit upon, and the history is very vast and very deep, man. We only know so much of what we truly know. There's still a lot of the atrocities and hell that our people caught that is still buried within buried in time here in America, But, hey, that's why the reward of this place is going to be so great. It says, and the streams thereof shall be turned into pitch, and the dust thereof into brimstone. You see, that's because the nuclear missile is going to totally annihilate this place. So the Mississippi River, all these other rivers and streams, are all going to be what? Turned into pitch. Pitch is something that happens after something is obliterated. Let's look up this word pitch. All right. This word pitch. It says pitch, tar, asphalt. See? Meaning to liquefy. Asphalt from its tendency to soften in the sun. And the ultimate thing that's gonna melt this place is gonna be the nuclear missiles, man. It says, and the dust thereof into brimstone, and the land thereof shall become burning pitch. See? It shall not be quenched night nor day. The smoke thereof shall go up forever. From generation to generation it shall lie waste. None shall pass through it forever and ever. So that's why these 15 different FEMA scenarios are going to be, it's not going to happen. Even FEMA within itself is going to be totally annihilated and liquefied, man. So there's not going to be any remedy or any, type of scenarios that you can have to fix the fire and the judgment that's coming to this place. See? It says, and none shall pass through it forever and ever. This place is going to be a total wasteland and a desert. That's why it's likened unto spiritually Sodom and Gomorrah. And we know how Sodom and Gomorrah went out, and we know the condition of Sodom and Gomorrah today. It says, but the cormorant and the bittern shall possess it. The owl also and the raven shall dwell in it, and he shall stretch out upon it the line of confusion and the stones of emptiness. You see? So you're not going to know where one state started and one state's end. You're not going to be able to pinpoint Washington, D.C. and the Washington Monument, different highways and roads and ways that you can get from one spot to the another. They're all going to be obliterated. It's going to be unrecognizable after this great judgment happens. It says, they shall call the nobles thereof to the kingdom, but none shall be there, and all her princes shall be nothing. Yeah, all these mayors, these governors, all of these heads of state, all of these people of political power, none of them are going to exist anymore, nor be able to be called to meetings and anything like that. It says, and the thorns shall come up in her palaces, nettles and brambles in the fortresses thereof, and it shall be inhabitant of dragons and court for owls. Yeah, nothing but desert creatures. The wild beasts of the desert shall also meet with the wild beasts of the island, and the satyr shall cry to his fellow. The screech owl also shall rest there and find for herself a place of rest. And see, this is the future of America, man. This is what's going to be left after the nuclear fire destroys this place and the judgment of the Lord stands. It's just going to be a wasteland in the desert, and only these wild animals are going to nest in whatever's, left here, the destroyed buildings, the destroyed infrastructure, the little, remaining of these skyscrapers, wherever they're going to be blasted to, This is where these desert creatures and these owls are just going to be standing upon those, perched upon them. It says, there shall the great owl make her nest, and lay and hatch and gather under her shadow. There shall the vultures also be gathered, every one with her mate. Seek ye out of the book of Yahweh and read, which is the Holy Scriptures. No one of these shall fail, none shall want her mate, meaning the prophecies that are written within this book. So it's destined that America is going to be destroyed. I just read about it, in prophecy. And it says what? None of these shall fail. So these nuclear missiles are going to be used. They're not going to be turned back. They're not going to be destroyed. They're not going to have a nuclear proliferation. I think that's the term that they use. They're not going to come to terms and, have peace talks and not allow World War III to pop off. It's all written and it's all destined to happen, man. It says, for my mouth it hath commanded, and his spirit it hath gathered them, and he hath cast a lot for them, and his hand have divided it unto them by line. They shall possess it forever, from generation to generation they shall dwell therein. All right. So this place is finished, man. All right. And I'm gonna get one more precept right here in Revelations 11 and 12. This is Revelation 11, 12. And they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, come up hither. You see, this is the elect that's going to be mainly here in the Americas, that's going to be taken up in the chariots, which the world ignorantly calls UFOs, which are the angels and the vehicles of God to gather the elect from the four winds of the corner of the earth. All right, this is how we're going to escape this great judgment and this sacrifice in the land of Idumea. The nuclear destruction which has come upon the whole of America and various parts around the earth. The elect are going to be gathered up. It says, come up hither, and they ascended up to heaven in a cloud. You see, that cloud being the chariots, because this is going to be the only place where the elect are going to escape this great judgment, is to go up literally into the heavens, into these chariots to escape the nuclear destruction. And it says, and their enemies beheld them. Yeah, everybody, the 2/3 of our people, these other nations, these heathens, they're going to be watching and looking up as the elect are being beamed up as the missiles fall down upon them. It says, in the same hour there was a great earthquake, and the 10th part of the city fell. And this is talking about America. America is broken up into 10 FEMA regions. Look that up for yourself, all right? And that great earthquake is what's going to happen after these missiles drop. You see? So you can see it's happening in succession. God damn it, man. Salakia. Fucking phone, man. It says, and the 10th part of the city fell, and in the earthquake there was slain of men 7,000, and 7 represents completion. And the remnant were affrighted, which are the elect, those of us who's going to be taken up in these chariots, and gave glory to the God of heaven. It says, the second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly, which is the third world's war, which is being talked about even as I'm speaking, which is going to be a cause of these nuclear missiles being shot off and used to burn up America in different parts of the earth. You see? So you can see that great earthquake, in the 10th part of the city, which is the 10 FEMA regions here in America, were destroyed, because the area codes here are from 0 to 9, which make up these 10 FEMA regions, man. But as you can see, what they're saying in this video about, these 6 different cities that's going to be destroyed, man, it's going to be more than that. It's going to be the whole of America, man. All right. So these 6 U.S. cities. Did you forget to cancel any of these free trials? Luckily, there's this app called. All right. So these different 6 regions.
Do you have a lot of problems with the rejection rate?
You know what? Fuck this shit. Salakia, man. But anyways, the point being made, talking about these 6 different places that are destined to be hit, it's going to be more than that. It's going to be the whole of America, man. This place is going to be destroyed. The elect will be delivered. And that's going to be the end of this place known as America, a.k.a. Babylon the Great, man. So, hey, with that, Lord willing, you were edified. Call halal Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah, put in the spirit of me and do this lesson. Lord willing, you were edified. Until the next one, Shalom.